The views expressed on this Turnbuckle Tabloid live stream or Turnbuckle Tabloid podcast episode do not reflect the views, thoughts, or opinions of the Rageworks brand, including the Rageworks podcast network, Rageworks content partners, advertisers, and affiliates. Viewer and listener discretion is advised.
What's goody? I go by the name Mark Baze. That's MARC-BAZE, and you are now listening to Turnbuckle Tabloid. Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff.
Ladies and gentlemen, and when I talk about wrestling, I'm talking about an abundance of preparations for All In, the build up for Payback. Holmoke and I and the rest of the crew, we were at House of Glory this past week. So yeah, we have a platter filled of wrestling this past week. As I mentioned, your boy Holmoke Mike is in the building. Yeah, and it's another welcoming of the family in the building. I was gonna close the balcony door because I'm like, I want to make sure I don't get no ambient sounds, New York City fucking sirens, trains, whatever the case may be. And then I realized
it's gonna be here regardless.
No, not only that, but I hear other people's podcasts, and it's like you hear fucking
nothing.
Everything. No, you hear everything. People walking in and out the fucking room. Like birds chirping, people farting. Like I said, why do I even try to even make it sound more professional?
What shows are you listening to?
When you stroll past certain individuals, it's like,
does that out anybody?
Not really. It's just certain individuals that you look at the Chartable list that's out there.
Chartable.
Yeah, Chartable has a listing of all the podcasts and where they're ranking week by week and stuff. So you look at the Chartables and you're like, really? That person made the list? Holy shit.
You have fans.
Wow. I mean, listen, we do here, about 300, 350, 400 per episode, on just the Turnbuckle Tabloid side alone, not including the Rageworks side, which is always a plus. Shout out to Big Rich for carrying the show for so many years, and just on the independent side alone, we're doing 350, 400 an episode. So I take that as kudos, because for me and you guys who've been participating with the show for the longest, for us to get that much of a following for that many years and such, I'm fucking pleased with it. Plus, Mike is part of also the social media aspect of the show as well. So big shout out for him for doing that. It's always a cool look. And on
X and Instagram at Turnbuckle Tab.
Yeah. So we have a good strong following there. It's people don't understand, man. It's more than just putting the mic on. Like right now, you hear the ambient sounds of the train, but people understand that they don't get it. That there's more than just putting the mics on, making sure you have like a cute little opinion about something, and finding background music that is not gonna be copywritten, striked, and shit like that. There's a lot that goes to this, and I've been saying it for the longest. If you don't love doing it, then you gotta stop doing this shit. I mean, I love putting these mics on, getting it on every week, and giving you guys my opinions of wrestling. That's the other thing too, that people believe when they go to the show that I'm like this insider, know it all,
right,
kind of wrestling. And we both have the same thing. And even when shout out to Henry, Henry's gonna
get different people approaching you, asking you different questions.
I
get the different questions.
That's what we get to, is like more people come to us and they'll ask us our thoughts and opinions about something, right. And I'll go to Turnbuckle Tabloid. No, but also I'm not.
About this show, it's very special because we have our own little community of people that come up to us and who know exactly what jokes we say, how we what our opinions are, and that we listen weekly,
Right. And I think that
which is very special.
yeah, it definitely is.
A lot of podcasts don't have that. They just like do their stuff, and people randomly listen or go up to them if they see them on the street randomly.
Then everybody has one. It's like who's even at HOG. It's like everybody has. Like every time I'll go to the bar, I'm going to the bathroom or coming back and forth.
Taking a piss back. Are you Jay Santee? And you're like, yep.
No, not even that. They're like, you can do that podcast. Oh yeah, I'm Turnbuckle Tabloid. Oh yeah, I got a podcast that's coming out too. I was like, you too. Like everybody has.
Like join the club.
Yeah, everybody has a fucking podcast. Yeah. If it's not about wrestling, it's about relationships. It's not about relationships. It's about sex. It's always about something. Oh, this is sorry guys. I'm sorry. I have my Facebook open on my computer.
It's funny you mentioned
the professionalism.
You mentioned the intro, and you're having the ambient noises.
Yeah, and then also my Facebook is popping on my messenger and shit.
This is people are gonna think this is such a bit.
I know, right?
Like you're doing this on purpose.
Oh man, but as always, welcome everybody to another episode of Turnbuckle Tabloid. I'm your host, Mr. Ear to the Mat, the king of talks down, and as always, the cheap thrill. And I have a new tagline.
Uh-oh.
I am the Red Reddington of wrestling. Jay the Red Santee. Yes, that's where the red comes
The original?
from. I'm the original Red, yes.
Red,
funny
Red Reddington.
Red
That
Reddington.
was stinking.
No,
There's a lot of reds out there.
but it's funny that people go, where the hell the red comes from? Actually, it's just Red. When I was growing up, that was my nickname in my neighborhood. I was Red. So, more ambient sounds. That's Henry chiming in for a second.
This is legit a bit.
Yeah, so let me just introduce him in while we're going in. I like doing this. It's such a flavorful thing. Yo, Henry, what up?
Yo.
What's good, Henry? Henry,
It's about, what's up?
You caught us in the middle of the intro, which is awesome because I like. We were just talking about how ambient sounds and how things come into play when you're doing a podcast. So while I'm doing the intro, I'm like, fuck it, let's put Henry on.
We're live, pal.
Make it all organic. We're live, pal.
No, we're live. Oh, shoot. Yes, that's the way I like it, live.
All right.
So if you screw up, there's no takebacks.
Our guy from the Chill Slam Report, Henry Valentin, is checking in with us as well. We got much to talk about on this episode this week, but as I was doing my intro, let me start this again. Welcome everybody to another episode of Turnbuckle Tabloid. I am your host, Mr. Ear to the Mat, the king of talk style, the cheap thrill, and newly tagged gimmick name. I am the Red Reddington of wrestling, Jay the Red Santee, and I'm here to bring to you another episode of Turnbuckle Tabloid with our boy Homework Mike stepping in, checking in, doing what he do as he doing it for TV as always.
Hello, time for some heavy breathing.
Oh, let the heavy breathing begin. And as I mentioned, our boy Henry Valentin checking in from Chokeslam Report.
AKA Ultimate One from New York City. You know how we do the Chokeslam Wrestling Report in the house.
Make sure you check us out on all the social media outlets. Check us out on the like and group page on Facebook. Make sure you check us out on Instagram at Turnbuckle Tabloid, Turnbuckle Tab as well, on our Twitters or on our X at
Turnbuckle Tab.
Oh my God, Henry, check you want to check out my X?
No, I don't want your ex.
You sure you can keep the bitch if you want. Also, be sure you check us out on TikTok and on YouTube at Turnbuckle Tabloid. Be sure you check us out on all the podcasting outlets. We have them on iHeart, Spotify, Google Podcasts. Wherever you can find podcasts, we're available everywhere you go. Just go to Google, go to your search engine, look up Turnbuckle Tabloid, and we'll be there for you. But if not, you could always go check out the family at RageWorksNetwork.com. RageWorksNetwork.com has all the podcasting outlets that you need. That's under one umbrella. We have Black is New Black, Trek Untold, Slave for Me. Shout out to Slave for Me's host, Alexis Gonzalez. Shout out to her and our boy, Tony Gonzalez, also known as Joseph Boy, for having a new bouncing baby boy. Congratulations to that wonderful couple. And check out more of the family at RageWorksNetwork.com. And always be sure you check out RageWorks.net.
.net.
Oh, excuse me, .net. So, no.
RageWorks.net.
No, it's RageWorksNetwork.com.
Okay.
Sorry, you fucking me up. You fucking up my whole shit, bro. And it's
Trying to help.
I understand. I know. Well, next time I'm gonna put a sign up in the back and say,
Don't
help the host.
Don't be hard on Mike.
Don't help the host.
You could be slamming a button that says "Shut up, Mike."
Yeah,
Shut up, Mike.
exactly.
Stop breathing.
Stop breathing.
Stop breathing.
And as always, check out RageWorks.net for all things connected to the world of pop culture. We have comic books, movies, TV shows, video games, collectibles, anything that you guys in geek world love. We love it too here at RageWorks.net. RageWorks.net. We do it for the culture, baby.
Rage.
Pop culture, that is. So, Henry, we were just talking about House of Glory's high intensity. Just a small your thoughts and opinions of what was going on.
I think the overall the show was, I say, mediocre. And the fact that first of all, that battle royal was just a disaster. I mean, everybody started flying out on one side of the ring. It's like they didn't even use all four sides of the ring. They were just throwing. Everybody was jumping on top. People doing hurricanranas from the top. I'm like, what the hell is going on? I think the match that stole the show was Masha Slavanovic with Charles Mason. I think that was a very, very, yeah, I think I found that one very, very exciting. Even though it was an intergender match, but I think they gave us, well, for me, I think it was one of the best matches there. The Matt Cardona versus Tanahashi, you knew you were going to get the same thing, him going outside the ring. I mean, Tanahashi did the best he can. Tanahashi beat him, right?
Yeah, clean.
Yeah. So,
actually got a finish.
I mean, you knew it wasn't going to be for the title because Tanahashi's already on the point where he's about to retire and whatnot. I mean, and you could tell because there's been a couple of matches where he tried to do that even flow from the top rope and he loses his balance. He doesn't have it like that like before. The cage match, that cage match, the majority of the Dan wrestling match was outside. What was the point of the cage match?
Yeah,
the belt didn't ring to like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't even think it lasted 15 minutes, to be honest.
Well, the erection of the cage was longer than the fucking match itself.
Yeah, exactly. And then they I'm not going to say now how they created that cage. I'll keep it to myself.
No,
During an admission.
I was glad that although brother AJ and I was fucking still hysterical laughing because we were just sitting there talking about the Kennel from Hell match. But
it's HPCA.
Yeah, exactly. It's a wrestling match where your fucking pet goes to die. We were like, and we were. I know, my bad, AJ. So no, it was like one of those instances where, like we all looked at each other like, when the fuck are they gonna get in the cage? Like when is this match really gonna start?
When we saw the first cage and we were like, okay.
Oh no, the first cage was worse. It was worse.
There was no zip ties on the first one.
No, that, and they could actually, standing in the ring, they could look over the top of the cage.
And there's no disco ball.
Exactly.
Was that with Ken Broway and
No.
It was Red and Brian XL actually.
Right. Yeah. It was that one. But the other thing is I missed an opportunity though. I was like, shit, I forgot. I wanted to grab the disco ball that was by the side of us.
Oh yeah,
and I wanted to
grab
grab it and pick it up over the head. So check this, right? So. I know someone that was there at the show, right? And they stepped out for a second to get some air because it was kind of fucking hot that day.
It was hot.
I didn't really notice it. I was so fucking hammered that like.
No, but it was hot. This is the second high intensity that I go. That the place is hot.
Yeah,
it was very high intensity.
Yeah, it was high in fucking temperatures. That's what the fuck it was.
Yeah, that's what it was.
So, and we saw a new Jay that night. I never saw you like that in my life.
Which is what?
Like ultra drunk.
Oh, I was.
You were gone.
I was in rare form, ladies and gentlemen. I was.
Yes, he was.
I was super.
You were collecting paper balls and having fun.
Oh no, but this is where I'm going with it. This is what it was. So the person steps out, right, and they said that when they came back for the main event, that all they saw was Red and Brian, the bookers, coming to the ring, and all the papers were flying towards them, right? Yeah. So, they had to ask another person. Oh, they had told another person the story. So, another individual came to me and was like, "Were you part of the whole paper flying situation that was happening to us?" I said, "Part of it. I initiated that shit. I created that shit. That's my fucking." And they're like, "Oh my god!" They were like, "Oh my god, why would you do that?" And I was like, Because they're heels. That's what you're supposed to do.
That's what you're supposed to do, yeah.
It's not like you're throwing a rock.
Yeah, it could have been. I could have been like throwing.
It could have been that crystal ball.
Yeah, the disco ball, right?
I mean, shit, they were handing out like aluminum things, like disguised like as sandwiches, and you grab those shits and put them into balls.
Oh, that shit was hilarious. Yo, when they threw that sandwich, that thing that looked like a sandwich, I said, yo, they're really feeding us. And then when I touched it, I was, what the hell is this?
Oh, my God.
That was hilarious.
The inner fat kid got excited because I was like, "Oh shit, there's food!"
Oh man!
And then I realized it was fake. I was like, "Oh, you fucking!"
Oh man! I
was gonna say I should have realized like, wait, if this was food, this would have been taken away the minute it went by the door.
Let me tell you something. That night, I felt like such a fucking baller because I was.
You acted like a baller.
Why, yo? It was buckets after buckets after buckets. Henry, I know you're not a drinker, but did you drink that night?
Yeah, I drank like 3. I remember I told you, yo, can I buy a beer? You felt insulted. Like, what? You family. What do you mean you want to buy a beer?
That's right. Yeah, you did. I was like, hey, get the fuck out of here.
As soon as one bucket was empty of beer, you went back, got it.
There we go. Let me tell you something. The beers were going like this.
Oh my God.
Like he will bring up
Jay
2 buckets
like,
and then we'll go like this.
There was like 8 of them. He handed out 8 of them. He goes, okay, I'll go back and get another one.
Yo, that night I felt good because we were all there, and shout out to all you guys, and much love to all my people.
The whole crew was there.
The whole crew was
like
there.
I mentioned earlier, it's like a family.
The whole community. And I'm pissed because the section that we started in that side of the fucking rampway. No, and shout out to our boy Ali too. But funny, Henry's there, right? And it so happens that Henry is on the side that we usually on. Henry's usually on the other side of the ramp. So Henry's on our side, right? So it was Little Bit who turns to me and she goes, yo, Jay, isn't Henry supposed to be on that side? So I go,
wow, that was racist of her.
No, it was more like because she knows that he's always on the opposite side.
Yeah, I'm always done with Ali and them. So I was like,
go hang out with your people.
So I'm yeah, exactly. She was more like, go hang out with your people.
Yeah.
So she's like, she goes, and I go, because I had already said what's up to Henry, and I'm like, and it didn't occur to me. So I'm like, holy shit, you're right. And I was like, oh shit, Henry did say Ali was gonna be. I didn't even get to see what's up to him either.
Right.
So I go to Henry. I said, aren't you usually supposed to be over there? He's like, nah, fuck that shit. I'm hanging out with y'all tonight. He's like, I'm hanging out. That's exactly how
I'm hanging out with your squad.
That's exactly how you and Matt and all of them started hanging out with us. It was the same shit.
Yeah.
Matt did the same shit. Matt was, yo, we got your tickets over here. Matt was like, nah, fuck that. I'm hanging out with them tonight. Yeah, but once again, love you guys.
He did that shit to me. I got him a front row ticket.
And
he decided, no, I'm gonna go sit in the back.
He sat in the fucking fifth and sixth row with me.
So I'm like, I just wasted.
I don't ever want to sit in the fucking front.
So I'm like, I just wasted a fucking front row
ticket. Hang out in the back.
Yeah, exactly.
That's where the fun is at.
Hell yeah, we have more fun that way, man. And shout out to my godson nephew who pulled up. Shout out to my little man, shit, man. I remember I was there when that man was born, man.
It's always moments like that when kids are around. You're like watch, like that makes you like a true wrestling fan.
But like
seeing that as well. Like be like watch the match.
I'm talking about my grown boy. That's my godson.
Yeah. His godson really enjoyed that. He was like when he saw Tanahashi and all that, and I explained to him like his background. He was like, "Oh, he's a legend. I gotta check him out online." I said, "Yo, he got matches at the match. You could check all that out."
Yeah, I'm telling you, I was there when that boy was born. Like as soon as he came out the womb, me and his father was at the nursery right there, and to see him 26 years later, and him just like fucking beaming, it was beautiful.
Yeah.
And shout out to my boy Scotty, man, my coworker who brought his son and his daughter. His son,
that's what I'm talking about.
His son is a trip.
Yo, was lit. That's my guy, my little Jacob boy. That's my dude. I told him, we're going to watch wrestling, right? Yeah, we're going to watch wrestling. Yeah, we're going to watch wrestling. Yeah.
That was the
best kid, I know when he went home, he knocked out. He had a lot of energy.
Oh, yeah.
He was out. His father said, yo, they're good looking out for knocking his ass out.
I can believe you were the same way, Jay. You used yourself like a baby.
No, actually, it's funny because when we got back home, I told Will, I said, you wanna come back up? I said, you wanna come up and have one more beer with me? Just have one more beer with me. He's like, all right. We came upstairs, had another beer. We chopped up for the rest of the night. Then I was like, all right, now you gotta get the fuck out. I was like,
now I'm done.
Now I'm done. But Much to talk about this week, ladies and gentlemen. This is a big opening salvo. Like I said, Homework Mike is checking in with us. We're going to be doing some rundowns as well as our boy from Truck Slam Report. Make sure you check out our boy from Truck Slam Report, Henry Valentine. He does his thing twice a week. He'll do his own promo later on for that. But this week,
I'm sorry to interrupt you. We may have breaking news.
Might have breaking. Oh, wait, save it because I got to put a drop in it.
It's kind of disturbing.
So, make sure you check him out on all his podcasting outlets as well. And much to talk about. We got all in predictions and much more, guys. So don't go anywhere. Stick around. I'm gonna check you guys in a second.
Yo, this is Calvin Tankman, and you're listening to Turnbuckle Tabloid.
Turnbuckle Tabloid cutting a promo. Honestly, I don't even want to do a silly drop or ridiculous sound effect for this one, but we just got breaking news of shocking Mike, just since you was the one who hit us with it.
I alluded to it in the intro.
Yeah, so we got of course Henry Valentine from the Choke Slam Report here on our Facebook Live, as well as our boy Fat Matt is in the building checking in with us. And Mike, you like I said, the floor is yours. You could go into this.
Unfortunately, Triple H revealed on Twitter that Bray Wyatt has Wyndham Rotunda, formerly known as Bray Wyatt in the WWE, has tragically passed. His cause of death is unknown at the moment, but he said that everybody that the Rotunda family is going to be Jesus Christ.
Let me tell you, this is crazy.
Like we were doing the intro
this is giving me Eddie Guerrero PTSD.
Well, Henry, and we were talking to Henry, and then it said that we lost somebody early on. This is like Jay Briscoe when you hear about this shit. Although he was by accident, we don't know what the fuck happened with Bray, but
I'm hoping it's not suicide. I hope that's not the case.
Just going around the table, since everybody just got hit with the news. Matt, what was the first thing that you thought about when you saw this, when you heard the story?
I called you.
Of course you didn't.
I mean, I literally was scrolling on Facebook and I ran to call Red because, I mean, I know
you
that
thought fake, right? Immediately.
What?
You thought fake news?
No, I believed it because, like, he's been out of action for a long time, and like there were news articles that reported that it was life threatening, like what he was going through. So when I heard when I saw that he died on Facebook, when I was scrolling, a part of me didn't want to believe it, but after tracing back on those articles about how that was life threatening, I was like, yeah, I guess whatever he was dealing with caught up to him. So 36, and the first thing that came to my mind was JoJo and like the kids,
of course.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like the first thing that popped in my head. And I feel like this only happens in wrestling. I never hear these tragic breaking news stories like in football, yeah, but like in basketball, baseball, and stuff like that. I feel like we get these tragic moments in like wrestling, and
I see what you're saying.
I'm just like I'm in shock right now, to be honest. It hasn't hit me. It won't hit me until I see more information on what happened, but I'm devastated. Regardless of what you thought about Bray Wyatt, the character, he was probably one of the nicest dudes, like based on what I was told. And to have Luke Harper pass and now him, it's unsettling.
Henry, we were just talking about you when we talked about it before the mics went on. You was talking about how crazy it is because this is like untapped potential.
Yeah, and it's crazy because just Mook just explained. But first, Brody Lee, back in I believe it was 2020, he passed away, and now Bray Wyatt. I mean, the sad part out of all this to me is, the man has so much potential. I feel that if WWE would have pushed him the way they were supposed to push him, he probably would have been at the level of the Undertaker, probably maybe not as high as he got, but probably up there when like in the beginning of Undertaker's career. I felt that, him trying to change his persona, his character, and then Vince McMahon not really believing in him. Probably, who knows? He probably went to depression, whatever. And, again, we don't know the cause of death, but, the man has so much potential, so much potential. And just hearing that he passed away, it like my whole world just dropped, because it's just, when Mike said that, what I'm saying? It's like, like, what can you say? Like, I just, like, not long ago, I did mention that he was supposed to, he was feeling sick and he was supposed to come back. And I read something a couple of days ago that he was, they were waiting, he was going to get cleared to come back, and that he had a life-threatening, illness, whatever. So, I mean, it's just sad. 36 years old. And to me, that's still the most saddest stuff, because it's 36 years old, still young. I mean, so much potential, and now he's no longer with us.
You think about the the ramifications. You take everything out of the realm. Of course, you take the wrestling aspect out of the realm. You take away the the gimmick, whatever bullshit that goes business wise with it. Everybody jumps on with the whole premise with why is he getting pushed? Why isn't he more online? This guy does so much. He's such a creative individual and such. But you also get to peel back the layers, and now as we're sitting here, I'm starting to think about one of his last promos when he was going into that matter of fact, his first promo. When he first came back, when he returned, and the heartfelt connection he was making with the audience, talking about how without them he wouldn't be here, and it was one of those instances where you tend to forget that the people that are in that ring, putting their bodies on the line, putting their careers on the line, putting their life on the line in many instances, that they're doing this, and at the end of the day that they're human beings. And we're now seeing a manifestation of what reality is when it comes to wrestling. And that is that the biggest thing that we get is loss. And this is a humongous loss for the business. This is a humongous loss for wrestling. And it's a humongous loss for humanity, because, we don't really know what happened. We'll get more details of it later, but you also get a sense, and this is what, we all, the four of us here are probably believing, is that maybe there was something deeper and darker, or even sadder, that was going on with him than he had alluded to. Matt, I know you were a Bray guy. You loved the Fiend and such like that. What was the most impressionable thing about Bray Wyatt in the past couple of years on television?
I think Henry was saying how it's a lot of potential lost, and I think yes, a lot of potential lost in the ring, but just his creative mind alone. I could have honestly, I could have saw Bray Wyatt be a part of creative after he retired. I could have saw him be an innovator for brand new ideas in the back in wrestling for when he retired. I saw the potential of him as like a backstage creator, and now that can't happen, it's devastating. I think the passion for storytelling is Bray's highlight of his career. You could talk about his in-ring work. I personally don't. That doesn't come to mind when I think of Bray Wyatt. I think of the passion he had to tell a story, the passion he had to create storylines that mattered, and like the Fiend and the Firefly Funhouse and the Wyatt family. He was such an innovator, or he was a predecessor to an Undertaker, Mankind kind of vibe that we really haven't seen in a long time. So to lose such a creative mind in the business, where it's very rare nowadays where you get that creative mind. It's hard to grasp, because, like I said, the number one thing I think of when I think of Bray Wyatt is his creative mind, his passion for storytelling, the fact that he loved creating a story where you were on the edge of your seat and you didn't know what you were going to get at every match. You didn't know what was going to happen on the next episode of Firefly Funhouse. So we lost, in my opinion, a creative genius in the business. So that's where I'm not settling well with this, to be honest.
Henry, where do we go from here? Like, I mean, I know, like I said, it's still fresh. We're still getting news reports. It's coming in, and I know you're going to cover it.
I'll tell you one thing: the tribute's going to fuck me up on Raw. SmackDown.
On SmackDown. Yeah, but I know that I know you're going to cover it on Chokeslam Report, and I know this is going to be, I mean, breakage for anyone getting this news story. But just from what we're listening to, what we're hearing, or what's coming down. Like
my phone's exploding.
Like,
a lot of YouTubers are covering this. A lot of video people covering this.
Where do we go from here?
I mean, like I said, the potential this man had, and I felt. I remember when I don't remember it was WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, when Undertaker went to Bray Wyatt and said something in his ear. I believe that he was going to be the successor to Undertaker.
Yeah.
I don't think you're not gonna have somebody like that again with that mind, that creativity mind, that creative mind. Again, and I want to bring this up because I'm sure you guys are going to agree with me. This is where sometimes I get upset with the wrestling fans when they get too personal and they want to know everything about a wrestler. I mean, I know these guys read the comments and the hateful stuff, whatever. You know, some of these wrestlers get depressed and you don't know what they're going through. You know what I'm saying? But besides that, you're not going to find another guy with that creative mind. And again, WWE, to be honest, they struck out on that. I mean, they didn't appreciate his creative mind. The man was so great in the microphone. There was nothing that you could say that you see him in a promo, he'll botch or whatever. The guy his mind was amazing. And again, I don't know what's going to happen with WWE. If they're ever going to try to get somebody to do an Undertaker type character or Bray Wyatt. I don't think that Undertaker retired. And I think after that, Bray Wyatt was going to be the next person that was going to be following him up. There's nobody going to be. I don't think it's not going to be anybody just like him ever. I don't know.
We lost a legend last night. We lost Terry Funk, and
lost a future legend.
Yeah, and we lost a future legend in Bray Wyatt today. It's tough, and Mike, you will know because you've been a fan for many years that it seems like it's common occurrence to where that it's unfortunate that we do hear these stories occur in wrestling. Like Matt said that he feels as though that this only just happens in wrestling. Like this just doesn't happen everywhere, and then it does. We hear stories from other places, but with us, it's a different community. Like
we've been wrestling fans for so long, and when somebody that we pretty much just saw this past year, and it's been over 6 months at this point, but then just the fact that everybody's been speculating, when's he going to come back? We can't wait for him to come back. We can't wait to see what he's going to do. And now it's just all gone at this point. I just wanted to mention, when you were talking about the promo, when he first came back, the one line he said that struck to a lot of people is that, I'm not speaking to you as Bray Wyatt right now. I'm speaking to you as Wyndham Rotunda. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you for always being there. Thank you for showing your love no matter what. How much of a devil I may be on TV, you just know how much of I'm a human being.
Mike, you sound very upset.
I'm just caught off guard because I was not expecting to talk about a 36-year-old wrestler who just passed away.
No, let me tell you something.
I was coming over here. I was expecting to have fun, talking about All In, have fun with the guys.
I mean, this caught us by guard. I mean, we were just doing the intro,
and my phone really popped up.
We were just about to go on break, and his phone went off, and then he dropped the news, and I'm telling you, it was shocking because I mean, to me, my whole world dropped because I'm like, am I hearing correct? Bray Wyatt is gone.
And you guys were joking like what could possibly happen? And then I say it, and then you guys your jaws drop to the floor.
I'm thinking it's like fucking MJF can't make the flight or some shit.
Right.
Like I'm thinking it's something like that, or somebody was arrested and they're not gonna go to fucking all in and shit.
And I understand how Mike feels because I remember when I took a picture with the Briscoes, the House of Glory, and I was able to, talk to them. They were real cool, especially Jay, a cool guy. And then about 3 months later, he's no longer with us.
Right.
So I mean, I understand because if you think about it, these wrestlers become part of you every week. You see them every week. You see them, they become like when you see them live, you feel like, oh, I know him, but he don't know you from a hole in the wall. But we get so attached to them, and then when you hear news like that, it's heartbreaking. Because I remember when Eddie Guerrero passed away, I couldn't sleep for weeks.
Bro, I remember that shit.
I couldn't sleep for weeks, and it was like that for a long time. And Eddie Guerrero,
I felt the same for Eddie, and
I'll never forget the moment when I found out Eddie passed. I was finishing homework for school, and like I always did, I went on WWE.com and I pulled it up, and I was like, I saw it, I ran to the basement, and I sobbed for like 5 hours.
It was a headline on the website.
And like I mentioned before, back to Bray Wyatt, because this is what we're here for. I instantly called red because I know that we all can agree that Bray Wyatt made such a substantial impact every time he was in that ring.
Oh yeah,
and this is giving Eddie Guerrero PTSD.
Yeah,
like I'm a grown man. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm fucked up right now. Like, I don't know how to. I'm scared about to find out how it. I don't want to know, to be honest with you. I'm kind of that weird feeling in my stomach where I don't want to know because
it could be natural causes.
I have a feeling it was because of the illness that he was having, like Henry was mentioning. I just don't know what illness it was.
Yeah, they haven't mentioned it. That's the thing. I don't think they.
Granted, keep it private if you want to keep it private.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not going to pry and find and care enough.
Yeah, and it's better that they keep it private because you know how the IWC is. The minute they hear something, now there's speculations. Now they're saying this, they're saying that, and again, I know when he left the first time, a lot of conversation about him being depressed, all that stuff. Like I said, wrestlers are human beings also. And this is one of the things I even tell my podcast followers that, some wrestlers don't want you to be on their business. Then you stop them in the airport. You want autographs because you want to sell your bullshit in eBay, whatever. But you never know. You don't know what he was going through. Because when he came back, he probably figured, well, I'm going to take this to another level. And I think and Mike, correct me if I'm wrong, his last match was with LA Knight. Right?
Correct. Unless like he did like a house show. I know he did some house shows with like Jinder Mahal and LA Knight, with like doing the same gimmick.
Yeah, but his main storyline was with LA Knight. I remember me and you will be fighting online because he was LA Knight.
The last thing he did, his last match was the Royal Rumble. He, like I say, he made it to the house show. The last thing he wrestled at the Rumble, but the last thing he did on television was challenging the winner of Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley at WrestleMania.
Yes.
And then he was starting he was doing vignettes against Bobby Lashley, and then
he disappeared.
And then they dropped off. And then the promo stopped. And then there was no match for Bobby Lashley. But I want to say this about Bray, was that for a guy who played such a dark character on TV, this man definitely unfortunately suffered a lot mentally.
Well, yeah, somebody also made a mention. I'm just seeing on the comments as well, and it may allude to it. I can't really confirm it or not if it is true, but remember one of his closest friends passed away. A couple of years back, Brody Lee,
right.
And
that affected him badly. We saw it. We didn't see it on his face, but the match with Randy Orton,
right,
where he did the little Brody Lee tribute, and that was his last WWE appearance,
right.
And then they fired him. So mentally, again, them firing him after he does his match in tribute for Brody Lee. Thank you, New York.
Thanks a lot, New York.
Thanks, New York. But
you guys get car horns. I get, hey, boy, oh boy.
But just to tie this up in a bow before.
Wait, Red. I wanted to ask you a question before we finish this up. What does the character what does Bray Wyatt mean to you, and why does this affect you? How does this affect you as such a diehard wrestling fan? Because we're all I think all three of us have spoken about it, but you kind of been the I think you've been a little quiet. So what does he mean to you, and what was your first emotion when you found this out?
Listen, we've been following this guy since his debut early on in NXT when he was
Husky Harris.
Husky Harris. He was Cody's.
That one.
That's another one that he was under Cody's tutelage in the NXT competition show. He was the tank with the Ferrari engine. He was a Sherman tank with the Ferrari engine, and you didn't really get a sense of him. What he does. You saw him as an in-ring performer. You saw he was pretty decent. We already knew that he came from good stock. The Rotundos, the Wyndhams, that's his family bloodline. He's a legacy kid, but he also didn't want to be that kind of legacy kid. He's often talked about how he wanted to break away. And when you watch the NXT documentary, they often spoke about when it came to promo class, there was nobody who can go behind him because he was always shutting it down. He was the kid that was shutting down every promos. Mercedes Moné, even she made a comment and she's like, many instances, we didn't really know what he was talking about.
I was about to bring this up.
Yeah.
To quote her, she said, you never knew what the hell he was talking about, but you were interested.
You were interested. You were drawn into it. And after a while, once he started putting the pieces together for what he was going to be, what was going to be the gimmick, what was going to be the look, that's when we saw the early formation of Bray Wyatt, the Bayou backwoods kind of gimmick character. It tied it up with the rocking chair, Brody Lee,
shirts,
what's his name? Eric Roman, and Eric Roman. It put it together, and when they put him on the main roster, he was one of those NXT guys after the Shield debuted that the audience already knew. They had a feeling. They knew who he was, and they had a feeling that he could be something big. He might have had some little hiccups here and there on how he was booked. Wasn't his fault, but he still worked around it. And then finally, when it was finally pieced together, like Henry would say, that they would just take it away from him. Then he came back, and he came back with the Funhouse. And
I remember the day that debuted.
Right. I was on
the bus heading home from. I was on the bus heading home from college.
I'm gonna be the first one to say that. Henry said, "What the fuck is this?" And we saw what the creation was, what was formulating in front of us, and we were starting to get a real glimpse inside of his mind and his creativity. Even Matt Hardy was so impressed with what they were allowing him to do. He also lamented, saying that, he wished that he would have been given that opportunity to do that, because once he brought forth the Fiend just fucking took over. And I mean, like we mentioned already,
number one in merch.
Like we mentioned, we believed that it was the possible passing of the torch from Taker to him. But they didn't really let him get the legs for it because they were so money hungry. Vince was so money hungry. You were getting, merch and all that stuff, that you didn't let the character progress and grow. And it became a creative struggle. And we've heard the stories about it. And it wasn't anything that was, backstage gossip. It was kind of shared by Triple H as well on Ariel Hawani's podcast, where the talk of bringing Bray back was going to be interesting and fun because he's such a creative guy, and there's such things that you can do with him, but but limitations that were given and such. And I think that, like many of you already have alluded to, is that we possibly lost a great creative mind. But the biggest thing that really tugs at me is, of course, the personal aspect is he was somebody's son, he was somebody's husband, and most importantly, which Henry and I will agree on, is that he's somebody's father. And although the rest,
don't forget brother too,
and brother as well, definitely, and brother, he leaves behind a brother and sister as well. And I think that we tend to forget that, like it was mentioned, that these people are not only entertainers, performers, athletes, that they're human. And although we don't know what happened, regardless if it was illness, regardless if it's accidental, regardless if it's something deeper than that, we tend to forget that. And at the end of the day, it's all about their contributions for what they do and what they've put on the line for us, but what they risk at home, because many times they're not at home many days, they're on the road. Many times they're not with their families, they're not watching their kids grow. We've seen the stories of like Dusty Rhodes and Ric Flair and all these old time wrestlers, even Taker and such, who people have lost families, they've broken up, divorces and such, and these wrestlers lose a lot just for the money and for our fandom. And today he leaves behind a young wife and 2 young kids, and while selfishly I'll sit there and say that I'm upset because I'm not going to be able to see what could have been from him, but it's also heartbreaking to hear the fact that he's not going to be there for his family. He's not going to see his kids grow. He's not going to be there, and they're not going to see him anymore. And it's tough. It's going to be hard. This is a really bad one. This is a bad one. I thought I was bad when Jay Briscoe passed. This one's fucked up, man. This is a real bad one. So guys, I don't mean to like put this on a somber note, but I'm gonna close out this segment of cutting a promo for now, and I'm gonna close out the live stream for now. We're gonna come back in a couple of minutes. I'm back on a live stream on Facebook because we're gonna do all in predictions. And just for us to take a moment, I just want to send the condolences out to the Wyndham, the Rotundo family. And I also want to send condolences out to not only the WWE universe, but also to wrestling fans in a whole, because we lost a possible great one and legend in this business. So I'm not gonna play any music because I'm not allowed to here, but we'll just give him the 10 bell salute. So guys, just shut the fuck up. Just listen to the 10 bell, all right? We'll be back, guys. Check you guys in a sec.
Yo, what up? This is JV Lewis from St. Louis, and you listening to Turnbuckle Tabloid.
This week we pull back the layers of the usual nonsense, buffoonery, really ridiculous stuff that occurs inside and outside of the ring for another segment of Heel of the Week. Coming in at number 3 this week. WWE. Really, I'm going to speak about this later on, but really, you let go of Lacey Evans. I mean, come on. You didn't even let her get to a certain level of potential with her ring work and her gimmick. You done bounced her around so many times with different looks. And didn't even give her some kind of longevity when it came to working with a gimmick. You gave her the Southern Belle look, and what happens? You got to tie to Charlotte, and Ric Flair gets involved, and it's like, oh God, now she's pregnant with Ric Flair's baby. Thank you, Vince. On the other side, you bring her back, and she's a part of the military, which she was. That's her shoot. That was her shoot shit. But you didn't know what to do with her as a face or a heel. Guys, you had something here, and you could have made something of her if you wanted to. But who knows what the backstage politics is with this? It's just ridiculous. At number 2, AEW, thank you for your Texas Chainsaw match. Really? And with that, you received $100,000 for this match because it was tied to the Texas Chainsaw video game. This was dreadful. Especially when you had the appearance of Chainsaw Charlie, or who the fuck, whatever you're gonna call him. It's like, guys, I don't ever want to hear anybody say shit about WWE's zombie match or anything tied to a gimmick like the 7-Up match with Bray Wyatt and LA Knight. I don't want to hear anything. The worst part was that you gave it a belt. Yikers. And finally, come on, who's going to be the number 1 spot here? The woman we knew as Sunny. Honestly, it's just despicable of what she has done in not only her career outside the ring, but just her lifestyle as in a whole. Tammy Lynch Cinch has just proven that she's unfixable. She's had numerous incidents where she's had driving issues, and then lastly, because she's been arrested for it numerous times, but lastly, you got involved in a collision in which killed an 80 some odd person. I mean, come on. Then she wants to plead no contest to this. She's facing up to 20 years in jail. This is ridiculous. I know a lot of wrestlers out there had some kind of hope and maybe they could help her with what she's going on, and I know that many will say that you don't know what she's going through, but you know what, you're an adult, and maybe if you're not getting the help you should be getting because maybe you're resented or whatever have you, then you should be responsible of what's going on. And for this week's number 1 spot of Heel of the Week, thank you, Sonny. Oh my God, shit. Make sure y'all guys let me know when she's off the road so I can actually be somewhere in the vicinity. Fuck.
right, you're listening to Turnbuckle Tabloid with the SAT, Joel Host, Dave Maximo, baby.
Tally-ho, gents. Tally-ho. Tally-ho, gentlemen.
Tally-ho.
The host has unmuted your mics. Please stand by for further instructions.
Wrestling has been long awaiting a return back to jolly old England. And what much so with All Elite Wrestling's All In. I'm your host, David Attenborough.
Oh, God.
Lucky T.
I'm waiting for Ben the Brit to pop back on. So, because like, what a horrible British accent you have. So,
see, I was expecting some silliness, but that I don't know.
Listen,
that's what I was thinking.
Listen, we have to try to lighten
considering
up.
how you feel about this company.
Yeah, and plus we have to lighten up the load, seeing as though that
it would have been funny if you start playing like the British Bulldogs 2000 theme, like roof, roof.
Oh my God!
His worst theme.
What else calling me on that? Sorry, why are you calling? Who's calling me on Skype? Henry, is that you?
No, why would I call you on Skype? I'm here.
I don't know. So
people are just,
that was back in the days,
right?
People in the news
when I couldn't afford anything I have now.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Upgrade your podcast, baby. Let's get it popping. Get it popping.
You can imagine if I still had Skype 4 years later.
Shit, shit. We're about to do some other shit. We're gonna big plans coming. Big plans coming for.
That sounds like a pandemic podcast.
Turnbuckle Tabloid and exactly. Big plans coming for Turnbuckle Tabloid and Chokeslam Report. Big plans coming, guys. So
that sounds like shit. I can't make it to your apartment. Let's do Skype.
Exactly. So we have the lineup for All Elite Wrestling's All In.
Don't forget the tagline, Jay.
Because don't forget the tagline. I'm sorry.
The greatest wrestling event ever.
Oh no, it was like all Elite Wrestling's All In. The show that Jay doesn't give a fuck about. That's what it should have been. That should have been the tagline. But that's just too centralized. That just makes it all about.
Or how about when we say all in, we're legit all in.
Right. So anyway,
because everyone's in a tag match.
So, Henry, your thoughts on just the lead up for the 11 matches that they have?
I love it.
Booked right now. What's your thoughts on the lead in going in?
I mean, I think me and you had a podcast together. You was in my podcast the other day, and we talked about this. They did all these matches last minute, and just threw it all together. I mean, in my opinion, what they've done the last couple of weeks to build all this. I mean, I know it's not a long time, but in my opinion, I feel that if it goes the way they usually do it, where they announce matches, and then to my opinion, some of the pay-per-views are kind of a banger. Yes, you might have one or two matches that suck, but I think they should be able to do, they should be able to put a banger on. But right now, like I said, like last night, you saw Santana Ortiz is part of now the group with the Blackpool Combat Club, and I'm saying to myself, okay, why are they with them? Mm-hmm. But I'm one that I'll sit back, watch the match, and see where it goes. But I mean, to me, I'm just gonna sit back and watch it. See, I hope it's a banger. That's my hope. I mean, you got 85,000, whatever it is, you're gonna have that. You better have a banger, because if they fail on this, they're gonna be in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
They'll get an award that they don't want.
I think that I should go into this match with the thought process of maybe, just maybe, I shouldn't watch this for storyline angles. Maybe I should just watch it just as a indie show, just to watch it as just a wrestling show, because with their hiccups, which by the way, it kind of pissed me off, because although, you know, I heard Bully Ray on Busted Open make mentions of saying that, like, hey, it's cool that they don't have any build up to any matches where they're not announcing them, that it's just matches where they're just selling 85,000 tickets or whatever the case may be, and there's no matches announced, and that's awesome. They should just keep it that way. But you know who it fucks up by doing that? Because there was even rumblings of that? The wrestlers themselves. Because you know,
they would spoil in interviews.
We saw the hiccup. We saw the lead up that was going to it. Ray Phoenix can't make it because he's having visa issues, so that was a last minute call. Same thing with AR Fox. The reason why he was pulled, he was having issues himself. So
with the visa issue also?
No, it was undisclosed, but it's something. I don't know. It's something maybe pertaining to background check, something of that line.
My guess was injury.
Who, AR Fox?
Yeah, who you robbed?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, that's so stereotypical. Well, I could get away with that. I'm from the hood. Any case, no, seriously, it sucks because you could have had all these loose ends tied early on, and then we saw a rushed close to matches, like the whole announcement with Proud and Powerful coming in, and like out of the blue, and it's like, okay, I can understand where
I got thoughts on that when we talk about the match.
Right. So I was like, okay, but I still think that it was poor booking wise for the wrestlers themselves. So, Mike, what's your thoughts about the build up leading into All In?
Honestly, aside from the main event, all the matches do seem thrown together with some TV advertisement, but overall, the way AEW does things, when they announce matches the week of or a week before the pay-per-view, they mostly deliver. Sometimes they don't, depending on the situation, but when it comes to AEW, they always give us banger or something to laugh about.
Banger after banger after banger.
Yeah.
Wrong company.
Yeah.
But
you get what I'm saying. Like, most of the time, it's something to talk about.
Well, no, Henry could tell you. The past couple of pay-per-views have had some hiccups. I think the only one that really
Double Nothing had that horrible main event.
But the only one that Henry was really having issues with, I think, was the last one besides Forbidden. I think Forbidden Door was one you liked.
Forbidden Door, the match that I think wasn't all great because I felt like Sting was confused, was a 6-man tag in Forbidden Door.
Somebody was definitely hurt.
Yeah, there was like so much confusion. I think Jericho Minoru Suzuki was part of that, but there was a lot of confusion.
Yeah,
and I think that was the match that kind of hiccup. Listen, AEW is going to give you all the time a bullshit ass match that you're going to be like, I don't like that. Well, if you're like an AEW fan, as myself, right. But you know what I'm saying? Again, to me, if they don't deliver, it's bad enough that they're already suffering as it is in the AEW rating. They still stuck. Me and Jay talked about this. We're 874,000. I got to check how much they did yesterday, but they were 874,000 as of last week.
Right.
They do 1 million, and then next thing you know, they go right back down to 870 or 700,000. If they don't do well in this show, they're in major, major trouble, because then the following week, you got All Out. Mm-hmm. And if you're using All In to create storylines for All Out, and they end up being bullshit ass storylines, nobody's gonna go watch All Out. I'm sorry, they're not.
Yeah. Just quickly, guys, I realized what was ringing off. Phone numbers, the phone line is open, 315-371-4367. That's 315-371-4367. I know it's been a while since we've gone on Facebook Live, but I'm just trying to get it going with what was going to be the better stream for here. And also, guys, if you're on the if you're watching and you want us to see your name and such like that on the comments, try to log in on the StreamYard app, because all I get on my comment screen is Facebook user. I kind of know who is what. Like, I know who Marco is. I know who Bender Britt is. Shout out to Bender Britt. He just said that he has tickets for for AEW and such, and
for all in.
Yeah, and he's like, he says a 5-hour drive to London for me, and I'm deciding not to go because I don't give a fuck. So
wow.
Yeah, so the phone lines is open if you guys are gonna call in. But still,
should we preface, just if you're gonna call in, just talk about All In, because we know.
Yeah. I mean, if you're gonna send your
because we know what else is going on.
Yeah, and I know it's gonna. You can send your condolences. You do a quick condolence, whatever.
At this moment, nobody gives a fuck about All In right now.
Yeah.
Right,
but I know, but unfortunately,
we have a job to do.
We have a podcast, so
yeah, exactly.
So, leading into All In, and what happened at our closeout show.
Can I just ask this one question to you guys?
Sure.
Should they have canceled All Out and just put all them stock into this one show?
All right, so
good question. I want to answer that, but go ahead, Jay.
We had alluded to this on Henry's show, Chokeslam Report, guys. Check them out.
Chokeslam Wrestling Report.
Wrestling Report. I know. I keep forgetting the wrestling part.
You don't even know your own website.
My own website?
RageWorks.net.
I said you said it wrong. So
there you go.
He said it wrong. So Chokeslam Wrestling Report.
Carry on.
You might want to cut that down a little bit. Anyway,
No.
So I had already alluded to it. I said, this is a fucking ridiculous cash grab by Tony Khan, and he should be ashamed of himself for doing that shit. You have a pay-per-view.
For the second show?
Yes.
Okay.
You have a pay-per-view on one Sunday, and then a pay-per-view the following Sunday?
And there's no bundle deal or nothing?
Nothing. So you're basically raping your fucking, well, you can't rape because that means you're taking it from them, but you're basically
rape,
begging or asking your fans to pay $120 in a week and a day.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's.
And I'm in agreement with you. They should have just they put all their money on this one show.
It's like, hey, we got All In. Yeah, we're going to London. We're getting so much fucking audience and crowds, and the fans are going to be in attendance.
Fuck Chicago.
Fuck that, yeah.
We made a commitment.
Then,
but see, this is what I say. This is what I say. If they fucking using All In just to create a little storyline for their All Out show, nobody's gonna buy that shit. No one.
Wait. Explain that.
Well, because right now, if you think about it, you see it. They only announced 2 matches for All Out, right?
Correct.
Which is Darby versus Luchasaurus, and then Powerhouse
and Miro,
and whatever his name is,
Miro.
Right. So my thing is, how much you want to bet that you're gonna have, let's say right now, the Elite versus the Bullet Club Gold, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna end up seeing it All Out. Takeshita against Kenny Omega. We're going to see either Jay White against Hangman Page. So basically, I already know what some of the matches are going to put up.
I get what you're saying. It's the piggyback.
This is shit that you can watch on Dynamite.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. It's the piggyback. I get that.
Yeah.
But once again, it's a way of whoring yourself. Because to me, I'm really sitting there believing that possibly, there may be some issues financially going on with them. Although they'll talk about, Tony Khan got more money than Vince McMahon, and Warner Brothers is throwing everything out there to them. I don't understand why would you, because they've already burnt out fucking towns in Canada. They passed June run. They burnt out that territory with all the shows they did in a month. And then
I don't understand why they did that. That makes no sense.
And then you're doing a cash grab back-to-back pay-per-views on your wrestling fans, which, by the way, we've been watching. Henry and I have been monitoring it. That the ratings are just fucking stagnant. They just stay the way they are, and if anything,
never over 1 million, right?
They haven't gone over 1 million in
they
maybe
haven't been
a few
over
months.
1 million since probably March.
Yeah,
Jesus.
They basically stay in the range of about
900,000.
Not even. I think they've
Not
been
even
around
they in the range of 870 to 850.
850. And when you hear,
And then with Collision, they're slightly.
Forget about Collision. Collision's never. You're not gonna see 800 in Collision because it's a Saturday night.
That and the
same thing
fact
with
that
Rampage.
if it goes up against a WWE pay-per-view, it's over.
They're done.
Yeah, it's not
I
happening.
mean, SummerSlam.
No.
SummerSlam,
No.
the ratings did not work out for them.
By the way, shout out to the
but
Will.
if
The
you
Will is
look-
in the building.
but if-
Hi, Will.
Hello.
Hi, Will.
But if you look at what Collision did on that Saturday against SummerSlam, they had 275,000 viewers. That
No.
Saturday.
It was a little bit more. It was at 4. It was. At
I don't know.
4.
I saw 275.
No, 275 was what they finished with. It was at
Oh,
4. It was
okay.
the average was like 425. But even still,
Oh, okay.
That was the night where the businessman Tony Khan should have realized. Let me bump the show a little earlier, so then if people could watch this,
But
and then
again,
decide
if
if
you
they want
bump
to
it
watch SummerSlam.
earlier, they still ain't gonna get the ratings because you're going against baseball. You're going, especially now. You're going against baseball season.
On
They're
that
not
day,
gonna-
it was a lose-lose situation.
I would have done a recap show. that would have been.
I would have moved Collision to Friday just for that week.
Yeah, that'd have been a recap show. So let's get into the predictions that's in front of us for the All In
how many currently?
Spectacular
11?
11.
When you guys did this before, it was like 9, right?
I think it was probably less than that.
Yeah, it was 9 because they added 2 by the time you recorded.
Yeah,
this.
I think it was.
there was. I think there was 8. And
Yeah, it was
The
8.
The
yeah.
trios match is new, and then we now know who's in the BCC match.
So let's see if our thoughts have changed and if there's anything else that's possibly going to have me
And I'm
sit
here to
there.
give
Have me sit there at this brunch that we're going to on Sunday, and have me captivated to sit there a little bit longer for this show. By the way, I'm just gonna be so pissed off because I can't get inebriated on this fucking time. Because I know that one way along the line, I'm gonna have to have a mimosa or two watching this shit. So,
And I'm here too to give
once
my
again,
thoughts.
I don't want to be this AEW basher because I'm not. Like, it's all about wrestling, and I like to.
But you are.
I'm not. I'm not.
But Henry, he tries.
I try. I want I want the cliche words. I want the synergy between wrestlers and companies.
Henry,
I want
he's saying all this with his fingers crossed behind his ass.
No, it's actually my toes and my legs. But
Still,
honestly, I want to see the synergy. I want to see, but when you have an owner of a company who just can't relinquish,
Tony Khan with
who can't relinquish the fucking. The ability to let booking go to professionals who know what they're doing and just
what are you talking about? He's a professional. 4 years in.
yeah he's done it on the internet to a company of one who followed him as a fucking internet booker. I mean, let's be honest here, but nevertheless, I sound like a bitter podcaster, right? Yeah, that's the gimmick I'm going with. Any case,
Also, can I just add, as we go through this, can we also throw in if we were to book, what matches we would have, what we would change on this card?
I would have easily,
as we go through it.
No, I'm saying I would have easily said for me to book this match, I do a better job on 2K23. I'm just saying that. I do a much better job. I have so much.
Oh, we know. Yeah.
I do so much more on this shit.
So much creativity.
But by the way, Dynamite lost 4,000 viewers this week. They're
Only
870.
4.
They
Only
lost
4,000.
4,000. Only 4,000
Only 4,000
on their go home show.
But it goes to show you that you're not doing something right, because if you lost 4,000, and I think to me the show was pretty good for me. I mean, leading off to All In, the go home show, you're still doing 80. You can't do no more than that.
You're supposed to be close to the million of viewership if it's your go home show, at least close to it.
Yeah, they say the high average is 953,000, and the low average 809. So
4,000 people saw Ortiz's shit he had and they said nope.
Oof, 809 was there. Oof. All right,
that's the low average.
Any case, so we kick off with the tag team match. Well, first of all, what was the 0 hour matches that was
the 0 hour? They got Jack Perry versus Hook for the FTW belt, which at this point I don't care for it because we've seen this before. So I don't know. I guess they're just doing it just to bring in Hook and Jack Perry to London.
Right.
I mean, there's not much I can say about that. I mean, the only thing I could see, which will be stupid in my opinion, is if they give the belt back to Hook. Then what was the point? Again, you could have put that match at Dynamite.
Right.
You know, makes no sense. Then the second match, then the second one is the Aussie Open versus MJF and Adam Cole, which I'm interested in that because that then leads to the main event and where it's gonna look like.
I also hear that there's a possibility that a match that has not been announced that might be a pop-up match is Jeff Jarrett versus Grado.
Yes.
No, yeah. Man, if they put that shit, I'm gonna go take a dump.
No, but you got to because Grado is so fucking over there.
Grado is.
I don't know why that guy is garbage. I'm telling you.
To us he is, but like over there he's over. I kind of liked his run in Impact. I did have I thought he was actually fun. He was a cool dude over there. I'm not sure if look at Ben. He's like, I fucking love Grado. See, so as I tell you, the Brits love him.
Well, guess what? Tony Khan's gonna be paying money for from Madonna, "Living on a Prayer."
Exactly,
because that's his theme song.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's his theme song.
Yeah. Madonna, "Living on a Prayer." He's gonna throw money at that. But I just want to say when you mentioned the Jack Perry hook match, I got Jack Perry, and I do see a gimmick of him switching the belt off, like saying he'll throw the FTW title on the belt and introduce something like the Hollywood belt or whatever the fuck he'll call it. But this definitely is gonna be a rematch for Chicago. Aussie Open against MJF and Adam Cole. I could see MJF feigning an injury of something going into the main event, but Aussie Open retains.
I think when it comes to that Aussie Open MJF match, there's going to be a fuck finish somehow, and it's going to end up adding more fuel to the main event. I don't see Aussie Open losing those belts at all. Not Aussie Open, especially now where what Will Ospreay said. Oh, shit, did I lose him?
No, I'm here.
Okay. Especially what Will Ospreay said, but we'll talk about that when we get to the Jericho versus Ospreay. So I don't see Aussie Open, losing those belts. And Aussie Open, that is a tag team. That is the future of tag team. Aussie Open, I don't know how much you guys know about Aussie Open, but these guys they pull banger matches.
I don't know.
I saw them live against the Briscoes.
I'm kind of suspect about that because Henry has said that about a couple of other people, and I'm like,
No. See, if you gotta see Royal Quest 2 from last October against FTR. Them two against FTR, that was a crazy match. That was up there with Briscoe versus FTR.
But
and they faced the Briscoes. We saw that at Laboom.
All right, so next on we have on the card is FTR versus the Young Bucks. This is the rubber match for the AEW Tag Team Championship.
FTR win with the gun.
With the gun?
With the gun.
With the gun? I saw what you did there. Henry, what do you got?
Yeah, fucking Mike.
He's gonna shoot on him.
No.
He's gonna.
Hold on. Let me
Cash is gonna shoot on one of the fucking on one of the Young Bucks or both. So what I did there, he's gonna shoot.
Well, define shoot. Define shoot because this is the Elite versus CMFTR.
That's the reason for the pun.
I mean, to me, I got FTR winning it. Now my thing is, and that's this could be a possibility for All Out. We could see FTR turning heel and cheating by beating the Young Bucks, and then we could have CM Punk FTR versus Omega the Young Bucks for All Out. We could have that. So, but I got FTR winning it. I got FTR winning it probably by cheating, because something's got to happen.
I want to give my real prediction. I got the Young Bucks winning only because I think if the shit about Cash Wheeler didn't get released in the news, this match would have a different outcome. But since that happened, I do think the belts will change now.
I'm gonna say that Young Bucks win because I really think they need to stroke their ego, and regardless if the crowd cheers or the crowd boos, they're gonna fucking lament with all that. Shit.
But then that brings to me that will bring back what I've been saying for a long time, that the Young Bucks, never gave fucking FTR the opportunity to go up the ladder and get those AEW earlier than they have it now, So, I mean, like I said, it could be a possibility if the Young Bucks win just to stroke their fucking ego, then that's stupid to me. You know what I'm saying?
By the way, I forgot to say something before that. Marco Mook from Mexico. That's my Mook from Mexico. By the way, there was a mention that do we see Goldberg at All In?
Doing what?
Oh no, doing what? Coming in with his car?
We'll see the Goldberg monster truck, but not Goldberg himself.
Yeah, Jay, you really want me to go to the store and get a liquor bottle just in case if I see that shit, right? And get drunk at 12 o'clock before I watch the fucking the 0 hour.
If Goldberg pops up, who on the roster would he probably like go face to face with give a one shot to? I'm gonna say Brian Cage.
Wardlow.
Lance Archer.
We haven't seen Archer since fucking
that's what I'm
year
saying.
the flood.
The flood.
I think I like Wardlow though. I like the
Wardlow's depressed.
Yeah, I think
there's no passport.
Wardlow's just like,
Well, Wardlow was currently dealing with a passport issue.
We won't see Goldberg in England. We'll see him in Chicago.
I won't put it past I wouldn't put it past Tony Khan. Tell you that much.
Jay, we don't see Goldberg. We see fucking Ryback.
Oh God! Ryback.
I hate to say that. I hate to say that I was such a Rybacker at one time, but whatever.
Ew.
Next one we have Hikaru Shida, Tony Storm, Saraya, and Dr. Britt Baker for the AEW Women's Championship.
Let me start this one. So, bam, Britt Baker's out, non-factor. She ain't winning. She shouldn't win. It's all down to Saraya and Tony Storm. I could see Saraya winning it. It's her hometown. This is the same woman that was told like a couple years ago back, you're never going to wrestle again. But it would suck if Shida loses the title. So it's either Shida or Saraya walk out with the belt. I don't think Tony Storm regains it.
Henry?
I would say Saraya for the simple fact, like Mike said, just to prove to WWE that they were wrong. She still could wrestle. I don't see Shida retaining. I'm still bugging out why Shida still got to beat Tony Storm for that belt. I mean, I guess they were doing it because
they don't know how to book the women.
Yeah, they weren't. I think I'm putting it more like there weren't a lot of fans when she won the belt the first time, so they probably did that. But I see Saraya winning it. And just for one, because it's a hometown, and Tony Khan is a mark for that. Mm-hmm. And second, just to prove to WWE, look, you let her go, and look, she won a world title. So yeah, I got everybody been saying it's gonna be Saraya that's gonna win it.
Yeah, it sucks for Jamie. It sucks for Jamie.
I'd be shocked if Tony Storm gets it back.
It sucks for Jamie Hayter because this was going to be her spot to get her belt back.
I don't know because I think this is going to be the British Bulldog moment, and they're gonna give it to fucking they're gonna give it to Saraya. This is gonna be
you're in agreement.
Yeah. So I
said the British Bulldog moment.
Yeah.
They took me to 1992.
It ain't gonna be Brett versus fucking Bulldog match, but it's.
And also, if Saraya wins, this
by the way,
dissension between the outcasts.
By the way, how many people run to the bathroom during this match? It's 85,000 people in there. Which, by the way.
Does it have to be this match?
I have to eat crow. Like I said, I laughed early on about it, and I thought it couldn't happen, but it did, and it's a good look for them. But I also said that British fans are like starving people for food. That if you give them a cracker, they're gonna think it's Thanksgiving. So I saw that they came out, and it's a good thing. I know it's a backhanded compliment. I know, but it's okay.
But again, like I told somebody, I was going back and forth with somebody they were talking about the 85,000. We got to find economics, because wrestling fan wants to think they know economics and all that nonsense stuff. But it's like I said, British fan will cheer not just for WWE, they will cheer for any promotion. Because I remember Impact at one point. I think it was 2013 or 2012. I may be wrong. But they were at their lowest point at one point, but they went to the UK and did a show, and they had a sellout. Yeah. So
MVP, people madness got over there for them.
Yeah, but that's the thing, and as long people in UK love wrestling, you know what I'm saying?
Because they barely
love
get
wrestling,
it,
no matter what promotion it is.
Yeah, and gotta give props to them. That crowd is always over. I fucks with that crowd all the time. Next match we have Darby Allin with Sting versus
Sting, not with.
What they have it here? Oh, and Sting, sorry. Versus Swerve Strickland, And Christian Cage with Prince Nana.
Jesus.
Um,
Hold on. We got a phone call coming in.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to cut this off my my Bluetooth.
Oh my God.
Yeah. We're live, gentlemen.
Live.
Sorry. Let me go. Let me revert that.
Do you want me to say it?
So Darby Allin and Sting versus Swerve Strickland and Christian Cage with Prince Nana
in a double coffin match.
Oh, Jesus fucking
a double
Christ.
coffin match.
The way to win the match is put both of your opponents in the coffin.
I mean, F you in this fucking booking.
This is the first time Sting and Christian Cage have been in the ring since 2008.
They have what? Say that again?
Christian Cage and Sting have not been in the same ring since 2008, since their TNA days.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck this match.
So do you have the reason why AR Fox was taken out? Because it was supposed to be Swerve and Fox against Allen and Sting.
but this is what I'm saying. Something occurred.
I think injury.
No, I don't think it's that. I think he had something with
visa issues.
Maybe visa background checking.
Does he have a Jeff Hardy thing where like he has a criminal?
No, that's what Henry was alluding to. But no, we could say that we're from the hood. We could be like,
he probably robbed
somebody got bagged with weed a couple of years ago, so it might be a problem.
But see, and somebody just put this match screams the last day of WCW. Pretty much, that's true.
Just where's Vampiro?
And the thing is that I see Darby Allin and Sting losing this match because Luchasaurus is going to get involved. You know what I'm saying?
And the whole embassy is going to be involved in this.
The big thing for me was that, look, I two things. One, I was actually kind of popped when I saw like the Joker Sting shit. I kind of popped.
Yeah, I like that.
I kind of popped for that shit.
Yeah.
Then the second thing was, like I said early on, you guys didn't do your booking properly. 2 weeks ago, AR Fox just almost fucking destroyed Nick Wayne and all this shit going into it. Now all of a sudden, we're friends again. Yay!
Yeah, that was the dumbest fucking segment I seen.
Out of here. Fuck off.
I thought we were getting like a 6-man. I thought it was going to be Sting, Darby, and Nick Wayne against Swerve, Fox, and maybe Luchasaurus to build to the TNT title match that we're getting with Darby and Lucha.
Yeah.
I mean, that whole thing had me lost last night when AR Fox got kicked out. I was like, okay, how long he lasted with the Mongol embassy?
2 weeks.
2 weeks. That's what I'm saying. If that. Yeah. And then it's like, and by the way, I love Nana. Nana's fucking one of the coolest dudes that you could ever meet.
I'm in the money.
But
I'm in the money.
I just see Nana. You are not worthy to be in the embassy. No. Like,
you're going to lose the match for us.
This was a test for you, brother. This was a test. And I'm like, oh, no.
You praising Nana. Can we praise Christian for a bit when he was like, Nick Wayne, I heard you had a father. but he's dead.
Christian is a beast, bro.
Even that Swerve is like, come on. Like, that's fucking annoying. So,
who's the winner?
I
got Sting and Darby.
No, I have Swerve and Christian winning it because Luchasaurus might get involved. The whole Mongol embassy is going to get involved. They're going to beat the bricks out of Sting, and they're gonna put his ass and Darby in the casket.
I'm gonna
because you have to lose at least one match in the casket. You can't win all the damn casket match. Undertaker lost one fucking casket match.
That's the one that he went to heaven with because of Yokozuna.
Yeah,
right.
Where they murdered him.
I'm gonna say my calculations. Put it together.
By the way, what does Sting jump off of?
My prediction is
I don't care.
Oh, I got it. I don't give a fuck about this. I don't give a fuck.
So
what does Sting jump off of?
Yeah, what does he jump off of? What
from a double decker like
he's not lying. He'll jump off a double decker bus. That's exactly what he's jumping off of.
Will he come through on the helicopter like his WCW days?
Nah.
Oh, no. Well, you know what? Oh, God.
They could do that.
They might not do it because of the FAA.
The Owen Hart.
And not only that, because with the terrorist shit and all that, but they're not going to do it.
Darby jumps out the helicopter.
It may not be Sting. It might be a dude.
Next up, we have the Golden Elite
Very golden.
Versus Bullet Club Gold. It's
Gold versus gold.
Gold versus gold.
So let's be more specific. Omega, Ibushi, and Hangman against Konosuke Takeshita, Juice Robinson, and Jay White.
Let's talk about booking fucking every. I tell you, this is the 2K booking. I swear to God.
Hold on.
Putting everybody on the fucking card.
So hold on. When you say that, should this be Kenny and Konosuke one-on-one?
No.
I'm asking Jay because I'm looking at Jay right now.
That's what
This is the match you
That's
want.
what it should have been.
It should have been.
Because it
should have been.
And also, it was supposed to be Omega and Danielson.
Right.
That was their plan.
Yeah.
Before he got hurt.
Supposedly, there was reports going around that Omega was not going to be part of All In. And in my head, I'm like, why would he not be in All In when he was in the first All In? Right? So they're like, oh, they're going to put Takeshita against Kenny Omega All Out. I'm like, are you serious?
Yeah.
So that's why a couple of weeks ago they came up with this storyline. Jay and
Juice.
Rock Hard. Juice Robinson has a history with Omega from Japan.
Which, by the way, I was watching the intro yesterday of the Gun Club coming out with Juice in the middle of that. Their entrance,
screaming.
That shit was fucking cool. I ain't gonna lie. That was actually cool. Right. The look that they have.
Yeah.
Juice is such a. I'm so happy for him that he left NXT and WWE and he was able to become one of those guys that progressed after leaving the Yankees. It's a good look, and that fucking that I hope they continue that interest. It's actually a good fucking look for them.
Yeah,
but,
he looks much better now. Since he joined Bullet Club.
But for this match, I it's another once again thrown together match with whatever.
How's Ibushi gonna look? Is Ibushi gonna look better than he did at Blood and Guts?
What do you mean, as in working out wise? Because Henry and
I
said,
this dude is hurt.
We have said he looked fat.
This dude, Ibushi is definitely hurt still. He's not 100%.
No, I mean, I think the reason you haven't seen him on TV because he's running a wrestling school right now.
Right, but he's also hurt still. This dude, is not
because he was out for almost a year.
Yeah, and he has not done any surgery, and he hurt himself again at home.
Well, I know he took after the Blood and Guts went off the air. He went in.
He did a back bump on the spikes.
Yeah, on the thumbtacks. I'm like, why are you doing that?
Because he's a
moron.
I'm a mark for myself.
I have the Golden Elite winning because they're going to end up pinning Hard Rock, Juice Robinson. Yeah, and then we're going to have the Takeshita against Omega at All Out.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Or we could have Jay White versus Omega.
Right.
No, I think
it's the other way.
I think Jay's doing something else.
I think it's Take a Shitter. I think it's gonna be him.
Take a Shitter.
I got the Elite. Juice is in this match just to eat a pin.
We then get the Stadium Stampede match, which is a plethora of individuals, and this is gonna be the match that's gonna be every cliche British
bar fight
gimmick that's ever been known. You're gonna see like the double decker bus. You're gonna see somebody dressed as a fucking
those soldiers.
The what is it, the beef eaters? Like the
fuck are you talking about?
Well, you know what I'm talking about. The guards.
You said
from
the
England.
beef eaters.
Yeah. You mean the people in the red coats with the tall hats?
Yeah, aren't they like beef? Aren't they? What they Ben? What they call? Aren't they beef eaters?
He said beef eaters.
Oh, people dressed as bobbies as well, like the cops.
The Royal Guard?
Yeah. Ben will tell me. It'll come out. The one that guards the palace.
The beef eaters.
The Royal Palace Guards.
Yeah.
The Royal Palace Guards.
I know them as beef
Royal
eaters.
Guards.
I know them as beef eaters because there's a drink. There's a liquor called Beef Eaters, and they're on the label of it.
No, but he just said it. Royal Guards.
The Royal Guards. Them. Yeah. Those guys.
So the people that are in this match,
we're gonna see that. We're gonna see like all cliche pub shit. We're gonna see fucking spotted dick being thrown at each other. We're gonna just see a lot of fucking English references.
So let's talk about who's in this match officially now. So on one side we got Eddie Kingston, Pentagon Jr., Orange Cassidy, and the Best Friends versus John Moxley, Claudio Castagnoli, Wheeler Yuta, and the seemingly reunited Proud and Powerful.
Depending-
Santana and Ortiz.
Depending on where this is on the card, this is when I'm leaving.
This might open the show.
This, oh God, and I might leave early.
No, it's not going to open the show.
I mean, I could see them do this just to like start off with a bang. But let's talk about Santana and Ortiz. Please.
Ben is he's your views of English.
Yeah, like, seriously, read it out.
I think it was hilarious. I'm telling you, if they could resurrect Benny Hill to referee this shit, it would be that. They're gonna get like the cast of Monty Python to come out. It's gonna be a lot of fucking English references. British
Buffoonery
references.
will occur.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be.
But my thing is, and me and you, Jay, we talked about this when we talked about that spring stampede. When we said, okay, so now the BCC has to look for 3 partners because it was supposed to be 6-on-6, but
Right.
because of Ray Phoenix,
it was going to be the Lucha Bros.
now it's
together.
5-on-5.
Correct.
Now, my thing is, the last time that the BCC acquired guys outside of the little group, they had Takeshna and Pac, and that didn't work out. They walked out on them on blood and guts.
Correct.
So now my thing is, this is the best thing that Tony Khan could have come up with. Put Proud and Powerful with the BCC. That it doesn't make any sense to me. You know what I'm saying?
The only thing I could look at is that Eddie Kingston and Proud and Powerful has always had tension for years. So
yeah.
even after leaving Impact and shit like that, that's the only thing I could.
But here's why I think. Because when the match that Santana got hurt in was last year's Blood and Guts, and they were teaming with the BCC as well.
Right.
Now,
Right.
as far as them turning on Eddie Kingston, there's no logical reason. They've not alluded to it on TV.
Yeah.
I mean, let's also be real here. Santana was the one that got the big, oh shit, he's back. Meanwhile, they're like, there's Ortiz.
Well, Ortiz already has been on Ring of Honor, so he's had.
But they made a big thing out of Santana.
Ortiz had to feud with Eddie Kingston, and that was very short lived,
right,
and whatnot. And they ain't doing nothing with that.
Would you even consider that a feud?
I don't even know.
It was a little breakup. Like I said, I'm sick of this shit.
I just love the fact that Ortiz came out with that hat and he looked like Prince. It was like, I would die for you.
That's what he looked like.
Me want me to do. I was with it. I was
he came out with
bitch.
that hat. He came out with that hat and that sock.
I was like, yes, bitch. Wear that fucking hat. Wear that shit, bitch.
Santana got the big star treatment. He got it was his time run said Santana. It did not say it didn't say Proud and Powerful. It just said Santana.
Yeah, like what the? I saw that shit.
They're calling him by his first name, Mike Santana.
I was like, oh, here we go.
Wait, are they doing that?
Yeah, they call him Mike Santana.
He got a shirt that says "Fire or Die," and in the bottom saes Mike Santana.
Oh yeah,
Ortiz is
using his own name.
Believe me, between me and you, I heard he's pretty much a dick. Any case, so who you got in this match?
Orange Cassidy and friends. I got that.
No, I got BCC and Proud and Powerful winning it. The simple fact. Number one, you bring it back Proud and Powerful, and you're gonna go and put them up in the Spring Stampede to lose. It will be stupid.
I'm just gonna sit there.
Stadium Stampede.
I'm just gonna sit there and tell you that I'm just probably, if I don't walk out of this match, it's probably gonna watch it because I want to see all the British references. So I'm ready for all.
Listen,
that.
It was either this match or you're gonna walk out on an Orange Cassidy title defense. Let's be real here.
Oh, please, it's one or the other. The next,
which by the way, Orange Cassidy has the belt and he's not defending it on this show.
Oh, that's all right because he's
the international champion. By the way,
right? He's going to defend it in Chicago.
He's going to open up another Dynamite defending the belt.
No, he's going to.
No, but Henry, think about it. The international champion is not defending the international.
I know. I mean, honestly, England. The guy defends it every week on fucking Dynamite. He opens up Dynamite, but he's not defending it this time. I was thinking. I think I even told you, Jay, that I thought that Moxley was going to be the next challenger for that belt,
right?
For the international belt. And all of a sudden now, because I know when they announced the Spring Stampede or the whatever, the Stadium Stampede, I'm thinking WCW here. I said, well, Orange Cassidy's not going to be part of that. And then I found out it was going to be 6 guys. I said, why is Orange Cassidy in the Stadium Stampede instead of him defending the belt? But again,
because Tony Khan is his fuck buddy. So, did I say that out loud? Sorry. Listen. Repeats of the Big Bang Theory still are in the millions. As soon as Orange Cassidy opens up Dynamite, it drops 300,000 people. And on that note,
I just want to bring this one final thing up because somebody brought it up on Twitter that said that at All Out they should do Kingston and Moxley in a tribute match for Terry Funk.
That's interesting.
Do like a death match type thing for Terry Funk.
You know what? I see it, and it's like, okay.
And also do that feud.
Did we forget a couple of years ago when they had the explosion when Omega, Eddie Kingston trying to cover?
He 69 them.
And 69 them and fizzle.
It's in the video game.
So the next up we get Ospreay versus Jericho. I'm just gonna say this: Fozzie's performing.
Jericho's singing.
This motherfucker, and this is the shit that's gonna piss me off.
He's gonna be out of breath before the match.
This motherfucker is gonna be there at Wembley Stadium, and I predict it now. He's gonna do the fucking Freddie Mercury. Jericho is gonna fucking do it, and he's gonna kill it. It's gonna be horrible.
And then do Judas.
Yeah, exactly.
Judas in my mind.
He's really gonna think he's fucking Freddie Mercury.
Okay,
he's going to piss me off with this shit. I predict this.
You think okay? So the entrance will piss you off, but to the wrestling fans, him wrestling will piss everybody off if he doesn't fucking do what he's supposed to do in the match. Will Ospreay just had what? He had a 6-star match against what was it, Naito in the G1?
Yeah, Naito. Yeah.
Yeah, fucking. This is gonna be Ospreay's biggest fucking wrestling test.
Listen,
to get a 5-star match out of Jericho.
The British fans are already saying if Ospreay doesn't win, we riot. It's gonna be.
Okay, let's bring it up too.
Ospreay's gonna win for the simple fact, and I'm gonna tell you this because it's gonna help him out also in Japan. But again, that promo he did last night.
That was excellent promo.
No, it's great. It's great, but he's always a good promo.
But you know what the problem is? He's a heel, and he's gonna be treated like a baby.
Yeah, but the promo he did.
But do you know that already?
In 6 months,
Jericho's being positioned as a baby face.
Yeah, but he's in his hometown. He's gonna be a face anyway.
He's gonna be a face
anyway.
Okay, so let's go back to your great booker, Tony Khan. Why doesn't he book it that way then? Why isn't Ospreay the baby face and Jericho the heel? Why does he have it reversed?
Listen, Tony Khan, reasons.
No.
First of all, Don Callis is going to be with fucking Ospreay. He's going to be in his corner. He already said it. But my point is, what I like about this whole situation, that promo they did last night was pretty good. Yeah. With the exception that I know Jericho said something about this is his biggest match, bigger than WrestleMania. I know it got a lot of WWE fans pissed off. But anyway,
flying through his teeth.
But Ospreay's going to win this match because first of all, Ospreay said it. His contract is up in 6 months, and Aussie Open's already in AEW. So, and the fact also, and if he wants to, if New Japan wants to give him like how you call it, if he wants a big contract in New Japan, when they're going to keep him and make him the face of New Japan,
yeah,
and they're gonna have to give this match to Ospreay because think about it, he beats Jericho. He already had beaten Omega, Okada, and now he will beat Jericho. That's 3 guys, main big time guys, in less than 6 months.
Yeah, Jericho's another name on his belt.
And Ben makes a point where he says in England, heels and faces don't even matter.
I understand that, but I'm just saying
it doesn't matter.
If we're talking about how we book it, we would book it the way
it
should be.
Yeah, because Pac is a heel, and he still has the same character that he does here in the States. He
gets treated like a babyface,
and he wrestled Ospreay when he's a heel, and everybody just enjoys the match. That shit with heel and babyface is dying here also. So
sorry guys, I gotta stop moving along because I got another fucking segment.
Well, I'm picking Ospreay,
but who you got?
I got Ospreay.
I got Ospreay as well.
His belt's on the line. It's non-title.
No, there's no belt.
There's no belt.
Ospreay has a belt.
Yeah, but there's no belt.
But he's not defending it.
Right.
Next up, we got CM Punk versus Samoa Joe. I'm excited for this match.
For the belt,
and this is for the real quote unquote
the X title
world championship.
If it's for that title, Samoa Joe is losing.
Punk's winning.
I had Samoa Joe winning that match, but if it's for the belt,
I got Punk winning, and I'm excited for this because it's nostalgic, but it's also like it's not going to be the match that you really think it's going to be, but
It's not going to be what it was in 2005.
yeah, it's not. I would be very surprised if they put the pedal to the metal and make this a banger.
They'll try. If
But
they
I
go
don't
the
think
30-minute limit.
Yeah, I
if
don't
they go
think
at
it's
least
gonna
30.
No, I don't think it's go 30.
No, if they hear me out, if they go at least 30, I'll be impressed at how far they go.
Right.
I'll go 20. That's the latest I think.
Meanwhile, I'm thinking it would be like a 30-minute time limit, or no, the time matches are 60 minutes. So maybe they'll try. For
They're not giving them 30. I'm telling you that right now. They probably get 20.
I'm just saying they might try. They might try.
So who you got? Who you got, Mike?
Punk.
Who you got, Henry?
What's gonna suck?
I got Punk because if the bell's on the line, Punk is winning it.
Okay.
Yeah. Because the teasing Punk and MJF.
We got the match for the Trios Championship. We got House of Black versus the Acclaim with a returning badass Billy Gunn. Everybody said if you don't play the theme music, it's not gonna work. And I'm like, do they have the right to play that?
That's WWE song.
Yeah, I don't
There's
think they
no
can.
way.
But
I got House of Black winning that, and I got Billy Gunn betraying the Acclaim.
Oh Jesus!
Ooh, I actually got Gunn going out. Although if you're supposed to retire, you're supposed to go retire with with your back on the mat. Really?
No.
But I actually have Acclaim winning here because I think the crowd they're gonna pop big for it.
I think it's time for House of Black members to at least Malachi to do a singles run or Buddy Matthews.
But Malachi has the ability to do that if he wants. Like it's still.
Well, we haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Yet. At least if they get rid of if they drop the trios belts,
Right.
there's more of a chance.
And finally,
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Henry. Go ahead.
I mean, I don't think that AEW stops any wrestler if they want to put the singles title on them if they got another belt.
I don't think
they did it with Pac.
Yeah, this isn't WWE. WWE does that shit.
Yeah.
Finally,
but I got the acclaimability.
Finally, we have
the real main event:
MJF versus Adam Cole for the AEW World Championship. Whatever happens early on in the night plays off into what happens in the main event. I do not see Cole winning this. I actually see MJF walking off, but I won't be surprised if shenanigans occur and Cole wins.
Okay, so you was in my podcast not long ago, and we talked about this, and I kept been watching for the last 2 weeks after that. I still see Adam Cole and the Kingdom and Roderick Strong playing a big part of having MJF lose that belt to Adam Cole.
So I'll ask you both. We've been seeing a kind of face look for MJF.
Mm-hmm.
Is this a teaser or feeling out period to see how he would work as a face in the company? Is this a tryout period? Because we already know in the next couple of months that contract is up, or supposedly up because maybe he is.
Didn't he sign?
Well, I was about to bring it up.
Signed.
After off air, he said, "I'm signed through 2024."
Right, he signed to 2024.
No, he revealed he signed through 2024.
So he's not doing the whole.
Now he said that off air, but if going by TV like storyline, no.
Right. This is but wait. He said through 2024, so which means he's going to be wrestling for AEW for another year.
Correct.
Yeah.
He signed his extension. He's not leaving.
Yeah, he signed the extension. Yeah, because he
revealed that when they did the 400
tag team, FTR against Adam Cole and MJF. When they went off air, he mentioned it that he signed through 2024.
Okay. It wasn't that. It was when they did the 100th Dynamite episode.
Oh, whatever.
We said to Tony Khan, he said, "Thank you for signing my deal, boss."
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's what he said, but
off air.
But he said it off air, but
correct. But I'm just saying, like on screen, like people are still under the impression when
wait,
when the new year hits, he's leaving.
But this is what I'm saying. Even so, it's like you don't know what the fuck with this dude, which is great. I love that. You don't never know.
I mean, he could be lying.
But this is what I'm saying. So my whole thing is this a feeling out period to where it's like we're trying to see how he looks as a face?
Yes.
Is this what we're doing?
Yes?
I think so. I think
It's
so.
both.
Because
So if it's that, then I generally would say that, yeah, I see Cole and the crew coming in and turning. But I still think with that happening, because we had mentioned it on your show, Henry, I said that with that, you're playing with a character that everybody loves, that he's a heel. And once you have Cole be the instigator of the turn, then you automatically are making him a face. You make it MJF a face. So
I mean, even his interview last night, where Renee Paquette, he was like talking about, why he had struggled, blah blah blah. But then at the end, he said, "I'm still the scumbag, but I'm your scumbag."
Right? You know what I'm saying?
So my thing is,
that was a great line. I love that shit. I love that.
He's what we call, and you may agree with, a tweener.
Yeah,
so they're going with this tweener shit. But I still feel, because there's no point of having, Roderick Strong, oh, my friend, this and this and this and that. Adam Cole, he's my friend. Why is he treating him? And then the Kingdom adding fuel to the fire.
Right.
And then the history with all these guys together. And then the look he gave to MJF on last night, it leads me to believe that he's going to do what he did to Roderick Strong and Riley, that's his name, from Undisputed Era.
Kyle O'Reilly.
Yeah, he's going to do the same thing to
Right.
MJF, but it's going to be MJF. And then MJF, and again, there's rumors that were going around that Richard Holiday and Alex Hammerstone right now, he's not even signed by anybody, but I think he's done with MLW. They might bring the Dynasty back. So, I mean, I'm not all for bringing two more fucking guys to the roster with that bloated roster they got.
But the Dynasties,
Dynasty is the shit.
That's the shit. I fuck with that.
If they bring them in, they got a lot of explaining to do to explain who these guys are,
Right.
why they're here.
But that's
no
problem.
But that's no problem, because MJF will definitely fucking do that.
No, that'd be his thing, but
Yeah.
the company is going to have a problem.
No, not really, because I'm sure everybody knows who Richard Holiday is. Everybody knows who.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
The wrestling fans will know, but not like the casuals.
I don't think so. I think
the casual. That's why I always say, fuck the casual.
Yeah, well, you can't fuck the casuals, because those are the ones. That's the ones that's gonna bring you money and bring you fucking attention. That's why they had the fucking 850 rating, because you're only dealing with the people you like. That's it.
Yeah,
you gotta, and I think MJF could sell that. With that and plus the commentary would help. But
These are my rich asshole friends.
Exactly.
But
here's what I mean. The Dynasty comes in and start feuding. I mean, again,
with the Elite.
Not with the Elite, with the Kingdom, because that's what they're gonna call themselves. The King. They are the Kingdom. They're just gonna add Roderick Strong and Adam Cole, who was the leader to begin with, in 2014. So you're gonna have 4-on-3. They're probably gonna bring somebody else. We don't know who, but who probably could be another wannabe rich asshole and become part of that. So I can see that, but I'm telling you, if MJF wins it, it's got to be some shit where these guys are not involved or anything, or I don't know. I mean, I don't see MJF winning it. I don't see. I see that Kingdom and Roderick Strong getting involved and causing MJF to lose the belt. Because think about it. He has held that belt already 8 months.
Yeah.
Now
he's close to a year.
The last guy who held the title the longest was Omega. He had it almost 11 months.
Correct.
So, and the last before that was Moxley, was 10.
Correct.
So yeah, he's due to lose that belt.
Yeah. But that's our review for our predictions.
Let me give my prediction.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So I think MJF retains, and I see a whole bunch of things going on in this main event. I do see the Kingdom being involved, but I feel that all this is going to play into MJF is the devil, where he's going to be the ultimate asshole. He's going to be like, hey, Cole, remember that contract you signed? You got your title match, and now that you lost like a bitch, you can never challenge for me again as long as I'm the champion. That's going to be like his big like ha-ha moment at Adam.
Yeah, but doesn't that play kind of old with AEW? Didn't they do that shit with Dustin?
No, they did that.
I mean, not Dustin, Cody.
Well, Cody, no, but Cody did that to himself. MJF unwillingly did that to Adam because remember, Adam signed the contract. He didn't read what it said. He just signed it for a title match. He didn't read the fine print of like if I lose.
Yeah,
because MJF gave him the contract. Said, "Listen, this is your title match."
For me, the best thing that I love about it is that with MJF, and which I like about not only just in AEW but across the spectrum of wrestling, is like you don't know with this fucking guy, and that's what I love to play off with him. Right. But once again, I want to thank you guys for watching on Facebook Live and also on Twitter, because we were going live on Twitter as well. And Henry, let everybody know where they can get you at in the way they can follow you.
Yeah, everybody could follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, also my YouTube channel. This week, I have an interview with Indie Hall of Famer, I could say, Mr. Steve Monster Mac. He's going to come through on my show. You go, like I said, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Check out my YouTube channel, of course, and I'm available in all audio podcast platforms. So check me out, the Chokeslam Wrestling Report.
And Mike, where they could get us all on our social medias?
You can follow us on X/Twitter and Instagram at Turnbuckle Tab.
And guys, when we return, we have well, maybe not return. I don't know. I'm probably gonna cash out from here because it was a long segment, so we got a lot.
Very packed episode.
This is gonna be a big episode. So guys, don't go anywhere. Stick around. If not, then you'll hear the closing of the show. But talk to you guys later.
All right.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff.
Turnbuckle Tabloid.